Hey guys, welcome. So just wait for a few people to log in. So, can't see anyone logged in yet. We have one person logged in. Only get a few log in a bit faster than this. I'm on my phone. Maybe it doesn't update so quick. Hey Funson Bar, welcome. So what about 2025? Give or take 2 years on either side. So that's 2023. So that'd be 4 years one side. Well, yeah, it's not like an exact date. So just give it a few moments just for a few more people to log in, because I'm sure we'll get more than 2 people logging in. Three people. I normally like to wait till we get at least like 7, 8, 9. That sort of tends to balance out that amount. Hi, Danny. Oh, thanks, Funson Bar. It was quite a while ago I did the Vice thing, actually. It was coming up to 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, coming up to 2 years ago since I did it. It's like I recorded it around April, I think, in April, May in 2017. So coming up to 2 years since we did that. It's a few months before it was released. So maybe we're not getting many people logging in because I'm parked in a weird spot. Hey, Drunatic. Or maybe it's just not the YouTube app updating always. I think when people see like contact 2027, like 2027, I want to know what's happening now. So, because I've noticed in myself as well, but I think generally a lot of people who like look to Facebook, like we're looking for, like salvation in faith in YouTube. We're looking for happiness in YouTube. We're looking for like enlightenment in YouTube. So what we want to see is we're constantly on the lookout for the next YouTube video that says disclosure has happened. It's real. ETs are real. The economy is being reset. Everyone's being given $10,000 in gold. The Illuminati have been removed from power. Abundance is free from now on. The ETs are landing. They're handing out gold bullion to everyone who's watching. So I think that's sort of subtly what we're looking for on YouTube. When we're looking for YouTube, we're constantly looking, oh gosh, do I have to go to work again today? Can't I just turn on YouTube and see that like the Illuminati have been removed from power, everyone's getting $20,000 free in an economy reset. We don't have to go to work anymore. We can just chill and we're going to get free money because the ETs have brought lots of gold bullion down to Earth. I think that's sort of what people are looking for in YouTube videos. So perhaps when we make a video that says first contact 2027 to 2036, everyone are like, what? So maybe. So, but anyway, it's exciting for me. I think it is. It's exciting to talk about something. I was getting a little bit anxious parking here because I was going to do like the YouTube stream. There's a nice spot up there. I couldn't get a proper signal, so I had to park like here, and I'm in like a weird spot. I'm on like this little triangle island. It's pretty remote out here, but you get a little bit of traffic. It's like rush hour now. So I'm in a little bit of a weird spot on a bend. It was the only place I could get a decent signal. So anyway, so I was getting a bit anxious, like, oh my God. Anyway, so let's get to the point anyway, because I'm sure some people are going to watch this on the replay, and we've got 4 people on, so 4 people's enough. So, and this is a spot where I had a sighting, by the way. Must have been just over there, about less than a mile. Yeah, probably half a mile in that direction. Me and a friend had a sighting of a craft that was just probably behind us somewhere. It was, I think it was the Yahyel. I think it was. Now Bitcoin into Bitcoin's gonna. I don't think Bitcoin will be the. I think we will move to a cryptocurrency based system, but I don't think it will be Bitcoin. I think it will be a better designed currency that's very easy to use for making transactions, but that's another story. So yeah, so I can't believe there's people driving up this lane. There's like a tiny lane there. I thought, oh, no one will come up there. It's a good thing I didn't park on part of the road. No one seemed too bothered. Crazy person parked in the middle of the road. So yeah, so we had a sighting up here. Like, I think there's a light moving through the ethos, as we can see. I think it's a jogger. So we had the sighting here. It's sort of not too far away from where I had my recent contact experience, although there's a river in the way. It's sort of this area. It's a very energetic area, and we were down like there's a little picnic spot down there, and what happened? I always get distracted when there's people. I've got my car windows open, and there's a jogger driving past, so it like puts me off. Yeah, we were down there, and like I was talking to a friend, and I had a feeling we might see something that night, and like this blue light, different color to what I've seen before, appeared. Must have been in it. Can't have been far away from where I'm sat now. It was fairly close. It's probably maybe only a few hundred yards in the sky, and I had a torch. I was actually messing around with the torch when they turned up, because it was dark. And what happened? Yeah, this blue light appeared in the sky, and it immediately looked quite peculiar, quite strange. So I got my torch, and I flashed my torch at it, and it flashed back. And then I think this is what happened. I flashed twice, and it flashed back twice. And then I flashed 3 times, and it flashed 3 times. And then I think it flashed 3 times. Then it flashed 2 times. And I flashed back 3 times, but I think it was like playing with us. I think it was sort of going 3, 2, 1, see what the humans do. That was the joke I sort of clicked on afterwards. And I think that was probably the Yahyel. What I got at the time, I got the word Cybo. But Cybo, of course, is a member of the Sasani, but Cybo means transformation. So yeah, and the energy was very strong and electric, and my friend felt it, even though he doesn't believe in that stuff. I asked him 3 times. I says, "Can you feel that?" He's like, "Yeah." And I says, "Can you feel it? Can you feel it?" I asked him 3 times because he doesn't believe in energy or stuff. So just to confirm, I knew he'd deny it afterwards. So, getting back to the topic. So consciousness is really what all this is about. So I go through this like cycle, speaking of cycles, of like 1 week I'll be, I feel like I'm going to stop talking about spirituality. I'm just going to focus on ET contact. And then a few weeks later, I'm like, I don't feel like talking about ET contact. I think I'm just going to focus on spirituality and awakening consciousness. Then a few weeks later, I'm like, a few months later, I think I'm just going to focus on ET contact. And a few months later, I'm like, I think I'm just going to focus on spirituality again. And I think the thing is that these two things are really inseparable. It's impossible to go like so far into ET contact without going through some sort of shifting consciousness. Because the ETs are like so high frequency, or at least the ones I've had experiences with. It's like there's a saying in like Hinduism or like Eastern like enlightenment teachings that says, when a log that has just started to burn is placed next to a log that is burning brightly, the log that has just begun to burn will burn much more brightly. And this is what happens with ET contact and connecting into the ET energy. And to some extent, we're all connecting in with that ET energy now. And I think I'd say all of you that follow my YouTube channel are at least like a log that has begun to burn a little. Because if you weren't beginning to go through some sort of spiritual transformation, you wouldn't be watching my YouTube channel. You wouldn't be resonating to this frequency. And so as soon as we start discussing ET contact and extraterrestrials, we are in their consciousness, because this is because there is no separation in creation. There is only oneness. There's only one consciousness. We are all one being. There is only energy, light, consciousness, awareness, stillness, we could call it, because when we're in deep stillness, we connect into that. It's like an access point. In a sense, the stillness is the infiniteness. The more we meditate in stillness and silence, the more we see that in that deep silence there is deep infinity, infinite consciousness. And when we talk about ETs, it naturally connects us up in the collective consciousness to ET consciousness. Like the very thought of about extraterrestrials, if it's like a serious thought in the understanding and the knowing that ETs really exist, or at least embracing the possibility that they exist, looking at them like seriously embracing the reality of extraterrestrial consciousness. All we have to do is think of ETs, and we make a telepathic connection because we are one consciousness. We begin to shift our frequency to an ET consciousness. We begin to think of extraterrestrial consciousness, and through the collective mind, through the one telepathic being that we are in our true self, in our true nature, we connect that thread back to those aspects of ourself that are extraterrestrial, for they are us ultimately. We are one. Like everything is an exploration of consciousness. There is only one infinite being, and the way we experience what we experience is by shifting our frequency to that reality, to that realm, to that dimension. So when we talk about ETs, we're beginning to shift our consciousness out of the mundane, out of the regular old paradigm. We begin to leave behind our worries about money and arguments with random people and the annoying people in like the old paradigm in humanity. When we start talking about ETs, we like forget about all that, because we're beginning to shift our conscious awareness, our creative potential, our power as conscious creators to a new reality, because that's what we're doing in every given moment. We're creating our own reality through where we focus our consciousness, through where we focus our awareness. So when we shift our thought stream or our ideas or our mindset to ETs, to UFOs, to ET consciousness, we begin to create that reality for ourselves. We begin to create a reality more and more where extraterrestrials exist within our reality. And what occurs is that these ETs we begin to connect in with, the high vibrational love light ones, which I assume we are all interested in connecting with. Or even the not so high frequency ones, such as the Zeta Greys. They're still very conscious beings. They're very high frequency in a way because they're very telepathic. But especially when we start talking about the Yael and the Sasani and other races such as the Pleiadians and the Syrians, we begin to shift our self into that realm, into that dimension of consciousness, because all creation exists within us, within our being. There is no out there is only in here. This room, there are many mansions in the house of God, I believe a wise man once said. And like, so now we are entering a new mansion, we are entering a new room, a new dimension, a new domain, a new experience of self. For there is no out there is only experience happening within our consciousness. It's all a dream. It's no different from the dream at night. And so what we're doing when we begin to talk about ETs, begin to talk about UFOs, extraterrestrials, sightings in the sky, is we're actually creating an entirely new reality for us. We're shifting our self-awareness, for like every moment is a new reality. There is no out there. There is only in here. There is only within our consciousness. So, and every moment is a new moment entirely. There is no connection to past or future. There is only infinite consciousness existing here and now. And us, as that infinite consciousness, choosing to focus our perception, our focal point of reality in on a specific focus of creation, a specific slice of that infinite reality in any moment. But it's an entirely new reality, an entirely new world, an entirely new dimension, an entirely new experience of us every single moment, every single moment. And so what we've done when we've entered into this reality, this co-collective reality, is we've actually literally created a new aspect of us, where extraterrestrials are very connected to this reality. We've entered into like a dimensional space of the infinite self that we are, where we are inviting in the extraterrestrial aspects of ourselves in a variety of ways, whether telepathically through the hive mind consciousness, or whether more physically. And of course, there is no separation. It's just this experience. But I guess aspects of ourselves are more in the background, like we can sense into our infinite aspects, extraterrestrial aspects, I guess, on different layers of the dream, like through channeling, through meditation, through the astral realm, through dream time if we're asleep at night, and through physical reality, like the Matsuri coming into our realm, our zone. And although it's all just the same thing, ultimately, of course, it plays out in different ways in our reality, whether the vibrations are very subtle or very vivid or extremely intense in the case of what we would call physical contact. They're manifesting much more. I guess we're like an infinite consciousness, and there's many multidimensional aspects of ourselves resonating on different frequencies. Some that are deep within the depths of our true infinite self and aren't so present in this focalized, densified formation of consciousness in this moment. And others, like when we have sightings in the sky or physical contact, that very much resonate into this present experience and manifest out of the depths of our infinite self much